Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I hope you all are doing well. We have completed periodic table in this week, and today we are going to start solve past paper question from this chapter called periodic table. Let's first quickly review the entire chapter, and then I will send the worksheet in the group, and we'll solve the past paper worksheet. If you have any question from this worksheet, from this chapter, do let me know. Otherwise, I think it's very simple and easy chapter. So, I mean, some of the most common questions are why transition metals form. Some typical chemical properties of transition metals, which include they act as catalyst, they form variable oxidation state, they form colored compounds, why noble gases don't react, and some of the colors of halogens at room temperature and pressure, their appearance, whether they are solid, liquid, or gases, and the trends of group 1 and group 7, trends of reactivity, trends of density, and melting and boiling point. So I'm sure the screen is visible. Let me share. Okay. So let's quickly review the entire thing, guys, and then we can start with the past paper worksheet. So elements in the periodic table, they are arranged in order of their increasing atomic number, correct? As the atomic number increases from left to right, the elements are arranged in order of their increasing atomic number. Periodic table is designed in such a way that we have groups and periods. Groups are the vertical columns. Groups are the vertical columns in the periodic table, and in the same group, all the atoms have the same number of valence electrons. So since the valence electrons remains the same in the same group, they show similar chemical properties and they show different physical properties because the relative atomic masses are different. Periods are the horizontal rows, extend from left to right, and number of period tells you the total occupied shells. If an atom has a total 5 occupied shells of electron, it would be in 5th period. If an atom have 2 occupied shells of electron, it would be in the 2nd period. In our syllabus, there are 3 groups which we need to understand and learn. Group 1, Group 7, and Group 8. Group 1 are called alkali metals. They all are metals, so they have metallic bonding except hydrogen. The trend in group 1, top to bottom, the chemical reactivity increases. You can see the atoms of group 1 right on the left of your screen, right? So all the atoms, starting with lithium to sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, and francium, they are group 1 metals. So the reactivity increases top to bottom. Density increases top to bottom, and the melting and boiling point decreases in group 1. Other than that, they have some other physical properties as well. They are soft metals. They are less dense. They are shiny. They are malleable. And they are less dense. They float over water, and they're soft as they can be cut with knife. Group 8, group 7 are called halogens. They are diatomic molecules, which means they exist as 2 atoms per molecule. Also, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. First 2 are gases, then we have liquid and solid. You can see their colors. Trends are more important, which are exact opposite to what we've studied in group 1. In group 1, the chemical reactivity increases. Here we can say the chemical reactivity decreases top to bottom. In group 1, the melting point decreases. Here the melting point increases. But the density remains same as in group 1. It increases as you go top to bottom. These are the most important and obvious question, inshallah, in your CAIE exam, the displacement reaction. The idea is a more reactive halogen can displace the less reactive halogen from its aqueous salt, and a less reactive would be unable to displace. Example includes sodium chloride reacting with fluorine. So fluorine will displace, the chlorine, because fluorine is above the chlorine in the group. Fluorine is more reactive. See, fluorine is more reactive. It will displace, getting NaF, and then we have chlorine is displaced. But bromine cannot displace chlorine because it is less reactive. Done. And then we did something about noble gases. They are noble. They are zero group. They don't react because they are noble. They don't react because their valence shell is already full. They have a complete outer shell electronic configuration. And except the first element, which is helium. All other atoms have the complete 8 electron in the valence shell. Helium have 2, and which is complete as well. Noble gases are used to create inert atmosphere, unreactive atmosphere. Also, noble gases are used in hot air balloons. Transition metals. After this, the last thing in the period in our chapter, they are the D block element present in the center of the periodic table. There are typical chemical properties for transition elements, which includes they form colored compounds like copper from blue, iron 2 from green, iron 3 from red, chromium from green. So they form colored compounds. Copper is one of the good examples. Blue is always favorite. They form colored compound. Number 1, they act as catalyst. For example, iron is a transition metal. It is a catalyst in Haber process, and vanadium is a catalyst in contact process, in which we make sulfuric acid. Right? And the third property is they show variable oxidation state, which means same element can form different charges, which is very unlikely in group 1 or group 2 elements, because group 1 element only form +1 charge and group 2 element can only form +2 charge. But it is only the transition element which can different charge. The same element can form +1, +2, +3. So these three, colored compound, act as catalyst, and show variable oxidation state. Make sense, everyone? Yes, Iman? Other physical properties includes they have very high melting and boiling point, they have high density, they are hard, they are good conductor of current. Right? So let me send you these notes in the group, and I want you to review, and I'm sending the worksheet as well, and we are going over a worksheet. You have any question from this chapter, you can ask. Check the group, you have the notes. I forgot to send you yesterday. I don't know why. Okay. सबको मिल गई I mean notes मिल गए ना सबको? Periodic table, right? या साथ साथ तुम लोग पास्ट पेपर्स करते रहो तो कोई टेंशन हो ही ना तुम लोग. तुम लोग साथ साथ पास्ट पेपर्स करोगे. देखो ये जितने भी नोट्स हमने पढ़े ना, अभी हम वर्कशीट कर रहे हैं. यू कैन लिटरली कनेक्ट एवरी क्वेश्चन. ये भी हमने नोट्स में पढ़ा था. ये सारी चीजें आप देखो, कनेक्ट करो. As long as you are attentive and attending the lesson, I think it's super easy for us to, inshallah, score the highest grade, inshallah. All right. Please open this worksheet in your devices. Guys, छोटी सी मजेदार वर्कशीट है और इसको हमने कंप्लीट करना है. Periodic table. Ready, everyone? Can we start? Okay, first question मैं आपको करा दूंगा और second भी मैं करा दूंगा, कोई बात नहीं. So question number 1, I hope the screen is visible and you all have this worksheet with you. The very relevant, easy worksheet from periodic table. Right? Done. All right. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine are in groups. And visible, Hannah? Is it visible? Haifa?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good, shabash. So fluorine, chlorine, bromine, group 7. State the name given to group 7. Group 7 को क्या कहते हैं यार?
Halogens.
They are halogens. Excellent. इससे आसान चीज वो कैसे पूछ सकता है आपसे? Why group 7 elements have similar chemical? This is not about group 7. Why the element in the same group show similar chemical? I mean, we did this trillion times in this session. Why do they show similar chemical properties?
Valence electrons.
They have the same number of valence electrons, right? So chemical properties depends on number of valence electron. They have the same. Want you to fill the box and answer this 3-mark question afterwards. Less than 2 minutes, everyone. Please try this question, Dr. Amna, Dr. Minal, and everyone. Shabash. I'll explain. I want you to try, everyone. This is super easy.
सर पार्ट 1 में हमने केमिकल क्वेश्चन लिखने हैं पार्ट 1 केमिकल क्वेश्चन
Yes, symbol equation is always a chemical equation. That's an excellent question. भाई symbol equation का मतलब आप सबको पता होना चाहिए. Symbol equation is a chemical equation. Done?
यस सर
Yes, sir.
All right. So we know that first two are gases and then we have liquid. दो तो उसने liquid लिख दिया. This is gas. This is gas. What is the color of fluorine? Chlorine. It's greenish yellow. Bromine is brown और orange. I mean brown होता है जो aqueous bromine होता है वो liquid वो होता है orange.
सर अगर हम क्लोरीन में ओनली ग्रीन लिखें
बिल्कुल लिख सकते हैं. I think green is acceptable. Chlorine displaces bromine from the aqueous potassium bromide. So chlorine displaces bromine from potassium bromide. No. Write the symbol equation for the reaction between chlorine and aqueous potassium bromide. So it is aqueous potassium bromide. Potassium होता है +1, bromide is -1. देखो पोटेशियम +1 है, ग्रुप 1 में होता है, Br7 में है, तो इसका फॉर्मूला पहले आपको आना चाहिए. इट इज KBr, दैट इज पोटेशियम ब्रोमाइड. एंड वी रिएक्ट इट विद क्लोरीन. तो जब क्लोरीन से रिएक्शन करेंगे तो Cl2 लिखेंगे, Cl नहीं लिखेंगे. Now we know that chlorine is more reactive because it is above. It will displace. You will get KCl and Br2. Right? अब वो कह रहा है कि आपने इसके स्टेट सिंबल पूछे या नहीं पूछे, राइट? लेकिन हमें आपको पूछ भी सकता है तो होने चाहिए. ब्रोमीन को एक्वस भी लिख सकते हैं, लिक्विड भी. यहाँ पे ये एक्वस है, क्लोरीन गैस होता है और ये एक्वस है क्योंकि वो मोर रिएक्टिव है, उसने डिस्प्लेस कर दिया. स्टेट व्हाई क्लोरीन कैन नॉट डिस्प्लेस फ्लोरीन बिकॉज फ्लोरीन इज मोर रिएक्टिव एज फ्लोरीन.
Well, maybe accept them because chlorine is less reactive.
100% correct. Chlorine is more or fluorine is less? Same thing. Fluorine is more reactive than chlorine. So it can't displace. सबने ये किया? Okay. So you are supposed to solve part 2. Part हाँ बस 2 वाला करना है, इसमें बाकी मैं करवा देता हूँ. Answer the part 2 of question number 2.
सर डन
Yes. Contains an atom with a full outer shell of electrons. So which of these is in the list has an atom full outer shell? Has to be argon. Form an amphoteric oxide. देखो amphoteric oxides क्या होते हैं? What are amphoteric oxides? type of oxides.
तो जो बेस और एसिड दोनों से reactors.
Excellent. Which reacts. Abdullah है हमारे साथ? Abdullah, are you with us? Good. So types of oxide that react both with acids and bases, उनको कहते हैं amphoteric. और हमारे syllabus में there are two. One is aluminum oxide and other one is zinc oxide. So I think in the list we have aluminum. So we'll write aluminum here. Type of oxide that form type of element which form amphoteric oxide. It has to be aluminum. What is amphoteric oxide? A type of oxide that react both with acids and bases. Form an oxide that causes acid rain. So non-metal oxide causes acid rain. I'll go with sulfur. Sulfur oxides, they causes acid rain. Okay, for the sixth one, has an oxidation number of -1. इनमें से कौन है that reacts with hydrogen and form oxidation number -1? Visible है? क्या हो गया इसको? Visible है ना? Okay. So has an oxidation number of -1, forms a compound with hydrogen. किसका -1 होता है जब वो हाइड्रोजन के साथ दोस्ती करता है? -1 तो नेचुरली ग्रुप 7 वालों का होता है ना, तो इसका आंसर क्या होगा? Cl. Because when you write HCl, तो H is +1 and Cl is -1. अभी बस एक 30 सेकंड में चार्ज हो जाएगी, इसकी वो चार्जिंग खत्म होगी. All right. You can start with question number 3, part A. B वाला भी हमने नहीं किया. You can skip. You can just do part A. What type of bonding is present in group 1 elements? Group 1 elements में कौन सी bonding होती है since they are metals? Sodium, lithium, potassium. What type of bonding would be there? Metallic. Metallic. Metals में metallic होती है. I want everyone to respond to these two parts for 2 marks. Done?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
देखो ये बड़ा अच्छा एग्जामिनर था, उसने सारी प्रॉपर्टीज पहले से बता दी हुई. उसने कहा है कि दे आर लाइक ट्रांजिशन मेटल्स की बात हो रही है. ट्रांजिशन मेटल्स की हमने आपको काफी फिजिकल, उसने कहा हाई डेंसिटी, हाई स्ट्रेंथ. वन अदर, हाई मेल्टिंग एंड बॉइलिंग पॉइंट हो सकती है.
Yes, sir.
High melting and boiling point, one property. And for chemical properties, he says form color compounds, show variable oxidation state. One other chemical. So what is the third chemical?
So
Act
they can
as-
be used as catalysts. Act as
Yes.
catalysts.
Yep. So we have only 3 chemical properties. They form colored compound, they show variable charges, and they act as catalysts. This is very easy question. I mean, sodium is very reactive metal. So if it is reactive, why it is stored under? वो आपसे पूछ सकता है, how can you avoid sodium metal being reacting with air? I mean, it is reactive metal. अगर आप उसको बाहर रखोगे तो it will burn in air. So why it is stored in oil? To stop reacting it with oxygen. तो इसका ऑक्सीजन के साथ रिएक्शन, यू नो, उसको सेव करने के लिए, टू स्टॉप इट reacting it with oxygen. Okay, sodium burns in air to form sodium oxide. State the term given to the reaction when a substance burns. When something burns, we call it combustion. This is combustion reaction, right? State the color of the flame. वैसे तो हमने अभी नहीं पढ़ा colors, लेकिन सोडियम का कलर किसको याद है? What is the color of sodium flame? When sodium is burned, what type, what is the color of the flame? Abdullah, Ayan. It's yellow. Why is it start hota hai? So yellow flame for sodium, but we haven't done this yet. Okay, so I want you to answer this easy 2-mark question. Suggest which of the following metals is a suitable catalyst. How do we select the catalyst? Give a reason. देखो, aluminum is in group 3. Can it be used as catalyst? No. Calcium is in group 2. No. Magnesium is in group 2. No. Potassium is in group 1. No. Cobalt is a transition metal. So our choice is cobalt, as it is a transition metal, which act as catalyst. It is a transition make sense? Yes. 3 marks, less than 1 minute. Everyone, please. Shabash, need help, you can ask. Done. 20 seconds. Okay, so periodic table can be used to classify the elements. We classify the elements. We have metals on the left, non-metals on the right, transition in the middle, So we can classify the elements using periodic table. Group 1 elements reacts with cold water to form alkaline solution. Name the alkaline solution formed when cesium react with cold water. So when something react with cold water from group 1, it form hydroxide. So we call that solution cesium hydroxide. That's the name of the solution. Cesium hydroxide. Had it been sodium, we would have been calling it sodium hydroxide. This is cesium, so it's cesium hydroxide. Group 1 elements has a lower melting point than transition. That's true. Group 1 elements are soft. Describe one other difference. They are less dense. Group 1 elements are less dense. We know they are very less dense. Group 1 elements are very less dense, whereas transition elements have very high density. So we know that as you go top to bottom, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, liquid, iodine is solid. So if this is gas, this is more dense gas, this is liquid, and this is solid. How would you predict the physical state present underneath iodine? Would it be gas, liquid, or solid? जो iodine के भी नीचे है, क्या होना चाहिए? Look at the trend. क्या हो रहा है? Gas
Solid.
to, it would be solid. So predict the physical state, it should be solid. Yes, Iman.
Sir, for part 2, I didn't lower boiling point. Would it still give me a mark?
What you said about the second part? You said low melting and boiling points
Boiling points, yeah.
for part 2.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean that's acceptable too. But I think you should go for density and I think melting point was लिख दिया ना, pardon. Melting point already mentioned, and you won't get mark if you write again for melting and boiling because it's already mentioned in the question. You have choice for density and hardness. Group 1 metals are soft, group transition are hard. This is what you can mention, or density, Okay, one last question, everyone. I want everyone to answer all questions till part H, and you can skip last one because this has been removed. Other than that, you should check all other questions.
Sir, done.
Yes, guys, done. Let's start with the question. Write the symbol of element, form a stable ion with two positive charge. It has to be something present in group 2. So magnesium is the right answer. Least reactive in the period. It should be argon because it doesn't react. U is used in water treatment. It should be chlorine to kill the bacteria. Form an oxide, which is the main impurity in iron. So it is silicon. Silicon oxide is the main impurity. Is an important component of fertilizer. So what is used in fertilizer? Phosphorus. Stored under oil. Sodium, because it's too reactive. Used in food container. Aluminum, because it doesn't rust. It has a protective layer. Correct. So see you on Monday, inshallah. मैं आपको एक over weekend एक worksheet भेजूंगा, which will be combined worksheet from 3 chapters जो हमने किए so far. We will start with
जो food container में होता है वो aluminum oxide होता है.
Aluminum oxide, yes. हमें aluminum होती है, but उसके ऊपर एक layer आ जाता है.